Hello and welcome to another episode of Borg Tries to Fix It. So today you saw us put in the front suspension on the Cutlass. So today we're going to put the brake system on there, the updated or upgraded disc brakes in the front. It's the using the Right Stuff disc conversion system. So we're going to go through all the steps of that. I'll try and get it all done for you, and let's take it away. Okay, so we're going to be working on putting the disc brake conversion on here. We already have the spindle that came with the kit that we put in when we put the suspension in. So now what we got to do first is put on the caliper bracket and the backing plate that came with the kit, as well as the steering arm we took off the original drum brake off the back of it. We cleaned this one up and painted it. It actually came out really nice. Okay, so first is the caliper bracket. Make sure you use the right side. They say left hand and right hand. Left hand is the driver's side, so that's where we are here. And remember that the caliper goes on the back, not the front. So the caliper bracket needs to face towards the back. And then you have a little kind of gasket thing that goes onto the spindle. And then you have your backer plate. It goes right there. And you know you got it right because all the holes line up. I say that, yeah. Something like that. And then I suggest, just for now, putting these bolts through here. And make a note, these bolts are different size. The longer one is the one that goes through the actual caliper bracket. So you get through your plate, through your caliper bracket, and then back through the spindle. And then up top here, you're going to put your short little bolt right in here. Okay, that'll go there. And then your steering arm will go on the back. And these are also left and right side, so this will only fit if you have the right one. That goes towards the back, and that goes on like that. So then you have your two lock nuts for the back of that. Alright. So those go on there. And then you just tighten those up to like 120 foot-pounds according to the manual, and then this upper one you just tighten, and it has some tabs you pull down to hold everything in. So I'll do that off camera, but I just wanted to show you how all that kind of worked together. Okay, so now we're going to get the rotors on. There's a ton of videos showing how to do all this. So first of all, you need to grease the rear bearing. Old school way is you do it in your hand and you just force the material in. I have this little thing from Timken that just forces the bearing grease into it. I'll just kind of show you how I do this. Bear with me. You just put it in there and you push. And hard to see, but you'll see the grease start to come out of the top of it as you push. And when you start seeing it come up all around, you know you got enough. And then you take that off. See, it's everywhere inside. See, coming out everywhere. And then you're going to put a little bit extra and put it into the rotor. So let me just pause. I'll take you over there and show you that. Okay, here's the rotor. You're going to put this in there. And then you're going to have your seal in the back. Thanks, Dad. That's going to go right like this. And then you're going to take your brace or a piece of wood or something and slam it in. Alright, I'll do that off camera and bring you back in a second. So, we got this smaller front race all greased up, ready to go. We're gonna take off the castle nut that's there, so I didn't lose it. Okay, we're gonna put grease all over this. Go to town, can't have too much. All right. Okay, this goes in there, like that. Okay. All right, let me get a rag. And we have washer. Goes on there. And the castle nut. Alright, and then you put your cotter pin in. Okay, so now we are going to put the caliper over the rotor. We have the caliper mounting bracket here. Just a note, I painted this and the bracket from stock, and one thing that I had to do to make this fit is this area right here and this area up here where the caliper fits in between. Probably need to strip the paint off that a little bit, take a grinder to it if you have painted it, because it's a really tight fit and I was having trouble getting it on. So so before I even started, just because I know what happened on the other side, I just cleaned this up a little bit on both of those. Okay, so we have the caliper. We have the 2 brake shoes. So on the back metal side of the brake shoe, I just like to put some grease. This is just caliper grease. You can use, any kind of grease, but just something to keep it from squeaking. Pretty much anywhere you get metal on metal, you want a little bit of this. So anywhere that it seems like something's sitting on there, the holes at the ends, anything like that. Same with the other one. A little bit of grease. Spread it around. There, where it rides on the pin, and then also on the 2 caliper pins that also hold the caliper on. We'll grease those up as well. Can't hurt. Only place you definitely don't want any grease is on the side of the brake shoe that actually pushes against the rotor, because that would defeat the purpose. Okay, so we're gonna first put the brake shoes in. Alright, that's gonna go in there. This one's gonna go in here. They don't stay in awesome, but whatever. Anyway. And this whole unit goes on here. They have, by the way, they have a left and right. So L there. So this is driver's side left. Other one has a right. Make sure you're putting it on the right way. With the bleeding screw at the 12 o'clock position on the back side. Alright. And then those 2 areas I talked about where it's kind of a press fit in between here and here. You kind of got to go on straight. You can't go one side before the other. So, let's see how she does. Come on, baby. Lock up. What's holding you? What's going on? Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Also, make sure you take the tape off that you put on when you painted this thing. Nice. Oops. And the bottom. Come on, baby. This would have been much easier to do before I put all this on here. Alright, gotta come off. Up, calamity. Okay, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Here we go. Okay. Shoes are on. Let's get the shoes around the rotor. Okay. A little bit of something, push that on. Oop, too far. Don't go too far. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Alright. Where we need to be. Okay. Put the pins through the holes. I mean, honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright. Now we're just gonna tighten these up. Come on. You know what? Let's turn it. Alright, and these you want to torque to 50. Alright. Here we go. Alright, I feel good about that. That'll work. Alright. Not much to it. That's on there. Okay. And now just to make sure, I put a wheel on just so we can make sure that we have clearance from the caliper, and we do. So this system's going to work out perfectly. Okay, so rear drum brakes. This really isn't that difficult. People make a big deal out of this. You know, you just get the parts and you do it. Follow a couple simple instructions. It's a lot of springs, so you might want to wear glasses so you don't, take anything to the eye. But anyway, so first step is you need your emergency brake, and there's going to be a little hole coming from the front of the car, and you're going to put this through that hole, and then it's just kind of a press fit. Just kind of snaps in. There it is. All right. So next, you're going to have this piece here. All right. That's going to be for your e-brake. And that's just going to connect to this. All right. Come on. Connect. Jeez. What is my malfunction? Jeez. There we go. Okay. There's that. Okay. Next, you're going to want to get the bigger of the brake shoes, and this one has 10 rivets in it. And this emergency brake goes right in the back there. There's this little place that it goes there, and then that's going to end up over here. Cutlass, pretty much like that. You can just sit that in there for now. It'll kind of hold because of the emergency brake. All right, next you're gonna need your adjuster kit here, and based on the side, this is either going to be like a gold bronze color, that's for the passenger side, or a silver color, that's going to be for your driver's side. All right, is this little piece? It's going to go up in the top here. All right, so that's going to go like this. All right, and then you're going to have your spring. All right, going to go like that, and then this is going to go up around there. They make tools for this. This is where, you know, usually you hurt yourself, but whatever. All right, I don't know if I'm going to show this, but let me just tell you. Sometimes easier said than done. I'm going to get this done. I'll be right back. Okay, that's all together. So, now you're going to need your retaining spring for the shoe and everything, and the little bottom part for it. You're going to need one of these kind of bottom washers, and what's going to happen is this goes in here, and then all that is going to go through like this. All right. Oh, we lost her. All right. Make sure you don't lose your e-brake like I just did. All right. So this part, there's a lot to hold on to, but anyway, you're going to have your pin that comes through the back hole and goes through this whole assembly. Right like that. And then your retainer spring is going to go on that. And this gets pushed in and turned 90 degrees, or actually, yeah, 90 degrees, so that everything hooks together. There's tools for this too. I have one over on the side, but it's just as easy to do with my fingers. All right, so that's pretty much it. What I'm doing now is I forgot to put these in. Yeah, these are just the little pins that are in your wheel cylinder. So next, you're going to take this thing, and it's going to connect from your adjustment, your silver adjustment here, up to this center. All right, and the first thing you want to do is you want to put this thing on the center, not drop it. Put this here, and then grab yourself a pliers. Try this again. Okay, all right, that's in there. All right, so let me bring you in closer, kind of show you what's going on here. All right, so here's the retainer, here's the adjustment, here's this going up to here, and you want to make sure this from the wheel cylinder is right in the slot for that. Next, you're going to take this little spring and you're going to push it kind of right in here. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do. Come on. Just go in. I know I only got one hand, but give me a break. Alright, give me a second. Alright, now that's in there. Alright. Alright. So, now gonna need the adjuster. It's in 3 pieces. So you put a washer there, this here, make sure it's entirely closed. Alright. You're gonna grab your other brake shoe. And this here. Alright? So the way it is, this is going to connect the bottom of the 2 brake shoes together. So there's a little hole. So first, we'll get this in here. I think that's it. Yep. And then the bottom of the other one, do the other side of it. And here's the fun part. You have to get this adjustment knob between the 2. Yeah. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll bring you in and show you it. Alright, so that's on. Let me show you. Alright, so here you have it. This is between the 2, and that's that spring we just put in there. Alright? Okay. So next, we're going to want to retain this other shoe in, and it's the same situation. You got your pin, you have your longer spring, you have your one washer that goes through the brake shoe, and then the other one that's going to go around the pin to hold it in. And let me tell you, this one is so much easier without the adjuster on it. Okay, not gonna lie, it's easier with the tool. Alright, like that. Okay, so that's in. You're gonna want to put this in. This goes up behind the axle here, pointed towards the back, that way. And it goes so it's right here, and that's the spring, and it comes over to here. Okay? Now we just got, let's see, what do we got? We just got the 2 springs left. Okay? Alright. Okay, so the longer of the 2 springs is going to go towards the front. this. And then it's going to go up to the middle. I'll bring you in a second to show you all this. Alright. There we go. Alright. There it is. Alright. And then the second spring goes from the back to the little hook. Boom. This one. Why does it... No matter what I do, this one does not. There we go. Okay, let me bring you in closer. Show you everything. Alright, so here's that to there. There's this to there. The only thing left is you put the brake drum on, and you're just going to adjust your lower adjustment screw until you get a little bit of resistance from the shoes. It's just a hair. Alright. That's pretty good. It's just a little bit, and of course it'll adjust itself over time, but you know, still make sure we got movement here. Yep, I think we're good. So this video was going to include putting the power booster and the master cylinder on the firewall and hooking up the brake pedal, but I ran into a little snag, which I'll show you right here. Okay. So we've encountered a problem. We're underneath the dash here. This is the brake pedal, and this is the brake, I guess you'd call it rod, coming out of the booster. And this is as far back as it'll go, and we're not even close. So apparently there's a longer rod that goes in here that they said they gave me with the kit, and they didn't. So that's going to put us to a premature end today. So I'll have to figure that out, probably order something and fix that up. Okay, so that kind of sucks we didn't get to finish, so we'll just have to call this part 1. Part 2, we'll get that that longer rod for the brake booster, and then I'll show you, you know, how to hook up the lines and do everything like that. I probably will wait to, you know, actually put brake fluid in the system till we're much closer to driving, but at least, you know, we'll get everything on and ready to go so we can, you know, check this off the list. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.